Welcome everybody to Wednesday, Elevate Wednesday at the Victoria True Center. We're going to start off with the Elevate Trio, which is featuring Carl Rusing today, along with me, We're going to start off with Elevate, a version of Harry Mitchell's Circulate. All right, here we go, gentlemen. This incredible, amazing creativity, this infinitude and profundity that is moving in, through, and as everyone and everything, and that is the only thing that is ever happening. And so what that means is, if love is the only thing that's going on, that each and every individual in this room, everyone online, everyone that is, was, and ever will be, is what? Love. Oh, that's so relaxed. Let's read it again. Everyone and everything Love. Okay, yeah, fantastic. So we come together to remind each other of that, to remind ourselves of that. Even in the meditation today, we had that David Hawkins quote about crossing the line continually between ignorance and insight, or the small self and the large, or the whole self. Even during meditation, I gotta say, I was sitting there going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, constantly coming back to, this is what's going on, but this is who and what I am. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're here to celebrate. So how does that sound? Yeah, good. All right. Okay, fantastic. Awesome. And we are celebrating, let's remember where, on the unceded lands of the traditional, on the unceded traditional lands of the Lekwungen-speaking people, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. And there are some values up here, strength, integrity, vision, and stewardship. And this is something that we are so much more aware of now, and that we are so grateful for, because of that stewardship, because of that integrity, that vision, and that strength, there's an invitation now to co-create on these lands that have been stewarded for so long by these peoples. And so we are so grateful to be able to live and breathe and work and play together on these lands right here, right now. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, back over to you for some meditative music. And I'm thinking Toby's going to let us know what you're going to play.
Now, we have the good fortune of having our dear friend Carl Rusing join us tonight. Carl is a prolific composer, pianist, sometimes mayor of the Highlands, a bunch of things. Yeah. But he is also actually was an innovator in the world of meditative music. Originally, the idea of original songs of composition and nature sounds was actually, in some ways, brought into this galaxy by this man right here. Wow. And so we are so excited to have him as a guest here with the LV Trio, and we are going to do one of Carl's meditative pieces right now.
And if I can remind everyone, when everyone finishes playing, if you want to show your appreciation like this, so that we don't break the energy by clapping, because we're going to go right into opening prayer. Breathing, feeling, receiving the beauty and power of those melodies, the harmonies, and all the spaces in between. Recognizing that the beauty and power and profundity that has just been experienced is part and parcel of the beauty, power, and profundity that is being stirred and activated at the very center of each and every soul present. Knowing that there is this infinitude that is alive and well and active in every single cell, system, and organ of our beings, in every muscle, bone, and ligament, in every neuron, synapse, and tissue, in every single molecule, atom, and interspace in between. That the beauty and aliveness and the infinite potentiality of each and every individual is that infinite potentiality known as love. Love expressing, love demonstrating, love manifesting right here, right now, in, through, and as each and every one of us, in, through, and as this collective. And so I'm grateful for the music, I'm grateful for the beauty, I'm grateful for the artistry, grateful for the skill, grateful for the insight, grateful for every single aspect of this experience right here, right now. Knowing that our minds are being expanded, that our hearts are being opened, that our souls are being activated to experience and express as the greatness on demand that each and every one of us truly is. So breathing, feeling, receiving, knowing that that which is being received is who and what each and every one of us is. So letting go, knowing that love is all there is, and so it is. Just taking some time to transition from that profoundly beautiful experience. Thank you. So we can continue moving on through the rest of our program together. I invite you to rub your hands together, take a sip of some tea or water, move your body around so that you can become more grounded right here, right now, because that was some serious expansion. Thank you very much, Carl. That was so special. Thank you. And Peter and Kelby, thank you. Whew. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, my heart is just aching from being cracked open so wide right now. It's interesting to be at the front of the room to have to try and speak right now. That's what Elevate is all about. What we're experiencing right here, right now. As awesome as the music is, it's the awesomeness within each and every one of us that is bringing to life more and more and more. And that's why we're here. So this month's theme, Rising Above, on the heels of last month, which was Letting Go, still being inspired by David Hawkins' book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, doing a chapter every Wednesday and every Sunday, moving up the map of consciousness, as identified by David Hawkins and his research team, And so our affirmation to go with rising above is, in letting go, I rise above. And that's what we're looking at all month long. Seeing what that means for each and every one of us. What does letting go mean? What does it feel like? We did it all of March, and now we continue moving into April. And when we let go, part of what happens is we rise above. We rise above whatever it is that we let go of, whatever it is that's sort of down here that no longer serves, that we don't have to hold on to anymore, that we're choosing consciously not to hold on to anymore. And we get to free ourselves up and rise, like the hot air balloons. Honey Bunch, maybe you want to flip the camera so that people can see the slide for those watching online. So the affirmation and letting go I rise above, I'm curious to know, how is that landing? Is there anyone here that would like to share something that is coming up for you right now, or that you've experienced in the last month for those who have been coming, in terms of what letting go has felt like and looked like? Maybe some things that have changed or shifted for you. Anyone want to share?
I can share.
Sure.
For me, I've been nesting now with being pregnant. I'm 6 months pregnant, so one of the things that I've been enjoying is letting go of my things, like actual things, and what those maybe meant to me at a certain time, and now don't serve me. And that's what came to mind when you were talking about don't serve me, because you can't have everything. Like, it doesn't serve you to have everything. So it's nice to get rid of those things and have room for other things that actually do. And so it's been interesting. Yes, exactly. Like baby, having room for baby. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, what a special time, and what an amazing time, and what an incredible experience, the nesting phenomenon, when you were about to, give birth, in a little while, and noticing what's important, what's of value, what's of meaning, and what not so much anymore. Okay.
And it serves my whole family as well. It's like a gift for everybody. So it's really,
beautiful.
Fun, and to get everyone involved too, my husband and little boy.
Right on. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Jana-Lee, did you have your hand up?
Yeah.
There's a microphone for you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just so people online can hear too.
What I'm finding as I'm learning more about just being vigilant in the awareness of myself and my life, it allows me to be more present to anything that's there that is showing that it's not letting me have joy. And so I'm feeling lighter as I'm catching it and letting it go.
Yeah.
And I feel like I am rising in a higher place of just more peace in my whole being. So it's been a really good feeling.
Oh, good.
It allows magic more to happen in my life, and I really love magic.
Magic. Oh, that's great. That's going to be one of our themes coming up. Magic. That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Jana-Lee.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I can definitely relate to the, letting go and feeling lighter. And just, more free, more spacious, and not as encumbered. And so, thank you for that. One more share? Jen.
I have a 15-year-old, and I had to let go of how I think that he should behave. And I successfully did that last week. And the rise above part was I got to keep me intact. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, that is so fantastic. Thank you for sharing that one. Okay, so we're going to keep rising above all month long. So I invite you to pay attention as you make conscious choices, as you become more and more mindful of what you're hanging on to and what maybe you could let go of. What kind of shifts are happening for you, inside and out? How is your life changing? How are your relationships changing? Because the letting go is a technique that David Hawkins talks about, and I'm going to share 1, 2, maybe 3 things that I've experienced in the talk since starting to consciously let go of things. So, thank you. I don't know, my husband's pointing at me at something. Yeah. Gentlemen, inviting you you back to the stage for the feature tune.
Sherry and Daniel are watching.
Sherry and Daniel.
Sherry has it.
We were thinking about letting go to rise above. And the song that came to us was one where you would lay down your burden or your sword and shield. I had an experience this week of recognizing that I was spending an awful lot of energy holding up a shield. And when I let go of that shield, everything kind of worked out. I wasn't going to study war no more. So we'd like to join us. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, studying war, no. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Lay down my burden down by the riverside, studying no more. I ain't studying for no more, studying for no more, studying
Outstanding. Thank you, gentlemen. That was so fantastic. Come on in, have a seat. Now you can have a good long seat. Oh my gosh, it just feels so great to hear that in this space, eh? Thank you, Carl, Peter, and Toby. Phenomenal. Whew. All right, well that just elevated us in a different way, right? Okay, so continuing with our theme of letting go, a quote from David Hawkins, which we heard during meditation today. All of us must cross the line between ignorance and insight many times before we truly understand. And you know what? I said it's from Letting Go. I don't think it is from the book Letting Go. I think it's from something else. But essentially what he's talking about here is what we're constantly doing. This back and forth, this tug of war that we're constantly in every single step of the way as we're moving through life. Are we living our life from the external and what's going on, the thoughts we have that we think are true, the beliefs that we're holding on to, even if we're not aware of them, the stories that we've been telling that we think are true because we've been telling them? Or are we showing up and stepping into life as that infinite expanse of the universe that we truly are? The love that is not just a feeling or an emotion that we have for someone or something, but is the very essence of everyone and everything. Because every single moment we are choosing, whether we know it or not. Every single moment we are either showing up as some form of ignorance or lower vibration, or in insight and awareness as that incredible, amazing infinitude that we truly are. So all month long, don't show these slides, please. And I can't show these online because this is the map of consciousness, which is trademarked by David Hawkins, and we would be infringing copyright if we showed it online. So what is important to know that as we're moving up this map of consciousness, where we started at the beginning of the book with shame and guilt and apathy, we've moved up through grief and fear and desire and anger and pride this past Sunday. We have finally moved out of the negative and lower vibrations up to the middle layer or state of being, which is known as courage. And this is where a major shift starts to take place. And one of the things that David Hawkins says is the hallmark of courage is the knowledge and feeling of, I can. So I can't remember which talk was done on a Wednesday versus a Sunday, but going back to the beginning of the book, if you're looking at apathy, apathy is all about, I can't. I can't, I don't have it in me, I don't know how, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. Well, by the time you get to courage, you've let go of all of that stuff. So courage is this incredible, amazing turning point. And that's where we are right now. So there's the line, you can sort of see the delineating line between the lower vibrations that are under 200 and the higher vibrations that are 250 and above. And as we move up vibrationally up this map of consciousness, eventually we get to love and joy and peace and enlightenment. Most people, though, especially for coming here, are at least around 200. And 200 is where things start to feel good. They start to feel different. You start to really become aware that I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not my beliefs. I am not the stories I tell about myself. I'm not the experiences I've had. Those are things that have happened. But I am not those things. What I am is something greater. And the more you become aware of that, the more curious you get about it. And because of the courage, the courageous state of being that you're in, you start to feel okay about exploring, about stepping outside of your comfort zone, about kind of dipping into the unknown, even though you have no idea what you're going to find there. So he says, I can look at my feelings. I don't have to be afraid of my feelings anymore. I can handle them. I can take responsibility for them. Responsibility, one of the major principles of New Thought, that we create our reality. No one or anything else. We, by how we use our mind, how we open our hearts, the beliefs that we're holding on to, whether we consciously or unconsciously move through life, we are the ones that are creating our life experience. So I can take personal responsibility for them. I am willing to take risks, to let go of old points of view, and to explore new ones. And so where we've been so far, if you look on the little lower right-hand corner there, is the land of ignorance. And this is the land where we don't know how, we can't, everything is glum and gloomy, the world is against us, everything is happening to us. But now that we have risen up to courage, we start to see that, you know what, we have a say in what's going on here. And life isn't happening to us, life could actually maybe happen for us. And so the title of my talk today is The Price of Courage. And I gotta say, I'm kind of proud of this slide. Mahoney? Yeah. Sorry, you can show the slide. I'm kind of proud of the slide because it's a superimposed image. So you can see that there are 2 feet at the bottom, and on one side there is courage, and on the other side there is fear. And there's this school of fish, that's kind of the crowd, whether it is people around you or thoughts and beliefs going on in your mind, that are continually sort of pulling you in the direction of fear. But by the time you get to courage, that little fish in the middle, then you have it in you to keep moving to the side of courage, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of what you're believing, what you're feeling, or what people around you are saying and doing. That's what courage is about. And so when we start to move into courage, we start to move further up the insight ladder, okay? So going back to that quote earlier, crossing the line between insight and ignorance, this is what is happening as we move up that map of consciousness. So David Hawkins says, on the level of courage, you really start becoming conscious. It dawns on us that we have the freedom and the capacity to choose. Although the lower negative feelings still tend to occur, they do not predominate or determine one's lifestyle. So by now, we have been letting go, we have let go of enough that we realize that we are at choice, that we are these incredibly capable and powerful beings that can consciously decide, this is what I'm going to think, this is what I'm going to believe, this is how I'm going to feel, this is how I'm going to respond to what I think, believe, and feel, and keep moving forward consciously, intentionally, purposefully, even if you have no idea what's going to happen, even if it's scary, even if some of the lower vibration feelings are coming up, you still know that you have that in you to keep moving forward, to keep spiraling upward. So I said that I wanted to share a few stories that I've experienced in this last month and a half of letting go. So the first one was, there is a family member, and I did talk about this on Sunday, if anyone's watching online and you heard the Sunday talk. There is a family member who I love and adore, but for the last few years, there's been this thing going on. And for me, it's really felt like the further along I get on my spiritual journey, the further deeper I go into my consciousness studies, the more this tends to happen. And so I got to the point where I would just be bracing myself for a phone conversation, bracing myself for the text that was going to come in, convincing myself that whatever I was going to receive was probably going to be somewhere in the lower vibration, right? Knowing all the time, too, that I'm choosing to receive it in this way, okay? And so because of this letting go book, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to let go of that resistance. I'm going to let go of those preconceived notions. I'm going to let go of these characterizations, these stories that I have made up about this person. Regardless of what has happened in the past, I'm going to let them go. Because what I know to be true is that I am love. I am God. I am the infinite, expansive universe in action, and so are they. And that's what I want to choose. That's what I want to experience. That's what I want to be in relationship with. I am telling you, the next day, as we were leaving here, I had this desire, this urge to call this person. And it was a long time that I had an urge or desire to call the person where I wasn't feeling like, I have to call this person, I should call this person. It was like, I want to call this person. I called this person and we had the loveliest conversation. And the texts that have been coming in since then have been just lovely and amazing and full of laughter and joy. And all I did was let go. Let go of the resistance, let go of the stories, let go of the beliefs and the thoughts that were whirling and swirling around in my head. Let them go. All the information coming in was probably the same as it was before. I'm just seeing it in a different light, and so I'm experiencing it in a different light. Now the other thing that happened was on Sunday. Sunday I was getting ready for my talk in the morning because that's usually when my talks come to me. I have my quotes, I put them all together and then kind of see what it is that wants to be told through those quotes. And this time I was feeling really tired and it just wasn't happening. And it was maybe about half an hour before we had to come here and I'm like, I don't have a talk. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I mean, I know the chapter I'm going to talk about, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So I walked out into the kitchen and I said to Glenn, I feel really tired and this talk just isn't coming. And he just sort of looked at me. He started to say something and then I'm like, oh, I just remembered something. Walked into my office, closed the door, and then the talk just revealed itself. And it wasn't until I printed it out, put the little, quotes thing, whatever, in my bag, and as I was walking out, I said to Glenn, oh my God, you know what just happened? It's letting go. I let go of the resistance that the talk wasn't coming. I let go of the story that I'm feeling so tired right now. I let go of all of it, and bam! There it is. It just came out. Now this is what's happened for me. What was also super amazing was the class that Glenn and I were in on Monday night. I saw someone as they let go of something in the moment, and it was phenomenal to witness how in one moment they let go of this story that they had made up for themselves about going to clean out a storage locker and how hard and laborious and gross and yucky it was going to be and how they've been putting it off, knowing that they were paying tons of money for it every single month, but it was something that they had to do, and because something that someone else in the class offered, all of a sudden they went, I just had an aha. Instead of thinking of this as something hard and gross that I have to do, I could see it as a gift. I could see it as every single box I'm going to open is like opening a Christmas gift on Christmas morning, and I get to find out what's inside. Her whole demeanor changed. Her whole energy and vibration changed, and it was like right there on the little Zoom screen. I'm like, this is letting go in action, right here. Incredible. So David Hawkins is saying, on the level of courage, there is an awakening of consciousness and the realization that our beliefs and view are now a result of our choice and not just a result of previous, I don't know what I wrote here, bling programming. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Previous, it would have been negative programming, whatever the word was supposed to be, but something like that. Now there is search for meaning. So if we go back to the very, very beginning of the book when he's talking about how do you let go sometimes all it takes is by just shifting perspective, giving something new meaning or different context. When we keep crossing that line back and forth, it's about knowing that no matter what's going on the fear side, because fear will be around from time to time, that we still have it in us, like that little fish on the line there to swim towards courage, because that courage already exists within us. So it doesn't matter the thoughts, the beliefs, the feelings that we are having. We get to consciously choose. We get to decide how it is that we're going to navigate our life. And it's so, so empowering to realize that we are a choice and that we are the ones that are choosing. Now he also says towards the end of the chapter, by the time you get to courage, even though it sounds so great and it feels so great, sometimes people are tempted to just stop letting go. And they're okay just being there at 200. Well, he says, please don't. Continue, because it's an ongoing process, that back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And if you continue to let go of what no longer serves, if you continue to let go of those limiting thoughts, beliefs, stories, the negativity, the emotions, whatever it is that is keeping you feeling stuck in a lower state of vibration, the more you let that go, the more you will continue to discover that infinite expansive universe, that infinite, boundless, limitless creativity, that love, that imagination, all of that wonder and magic that you are at your core. And the more you discover it, the more you realize that's who and what you are, guess what? The more you're going to experience it. And the more you experience it, the more it ripples out into the world. Everyone and everything around you gets to benefit from that up-leveling of vibration. That gets activated in them, because it's alive and well and active in everyone and everything. And then boom, it comes right back at you. So my questions to you are today, what is the price of courage? Well, it kind of depends. It depends on you. What is it that you're willing to let go of? What is it that you're willing to give up? What is it that you're willing to pay for courage? To be courageous, to move forward in life, knowing that no matter what's going on, even if you don't know how, even if it's scary, even if it's unknown to you, that you can still go forward and do it. What are you willing to give up for that? Are you willing to keep crossing the line? And are you willing to keep letting go? As always, the choice is up to you. Thank you, and so it is. All right, so now we're going to move into a few minutes of conscious conversation. And I would say because we have this tiny but mighty group today, 2 groups of 4, I would say. So like sort of half the room, maybe one person could come over here, and then 4 people over here, and then we'll just take a few minutes to talk about whatever it is that is coming up for you during this talk, or the meditation, or letting go. And then we'll ring the meditation bowl when it's time to come back.
Releasing ancestral curses. That we actually come to release and elevate it into a higher consciousness of being. I just lost the train of thought.
Right near the end, we were saying something about like choosing to let go, choosing, and yeah, like my son's 15, he's going through some teenager stuff, and I just don't even know that I know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I just don't know that I'm getting it right. You know, and it's just like that. What are you willing to let go of? So it's like I think that because I don't know, that I'm kind of freeze. Yeah. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not getting it right. So I just kind of like I get freeze. So it was very helpful. I kind of like tuned out in the end because I was like, how do I think for me it's just to be gentle with myself and let go. It doesn't have to be perfect. What do I need to let go of in order to show up to this task? It's taking a few years. I can't freeze through the whole few years. That wouldn't be good. So, yeah.
One of the spiritual teachers said once years ago when I was in this course, and she's raising these kids, right? And she's an amazing woman. She says, sometimes you just have to give them all the rope to hang themselves. Yeah. She said, and I never forgot it. Figuratively.
Yeah, figuratively. Yeah.
Yes. And then that takes so much control of you and maybe an inputs and letting them, giving them a bit that free rein to explore their boundaries. Also hold the boundaries that are safe for the kids, of course, right? But there's a tendency of can be over the time. I thought that was really funny. I'm learning to just give them all the rope to hang themselves.
Yeah, it's better to learn now, like when they're younger, and feel fast and move on.
Well, because they'll know what to do later on. They'll know how to navigate failure or, tough decisions or mistakes or, any of those sort of low vibrations. They'll have some experience if they get caught. Like, we're not doing them any favors by we're not protecting them now. we're like making
Russian
them more and more vulnerable.
Yeah.
So,
It's all there in the DNA and the patterns that we carry from the ancestral wounding. Often we're programming our kids and it's like, okay.
Yeah, we just yeah. But it's being conscious of that too, like realizing and seeing it. I was listening to what you were saying, and I was like, how, like what is it that is? Seeing what that is, but then also doing something about it, and knowing that you want to do something about it. Because lots of people are like, that's not something I want to take on. I don't want to pass it here, I don't want anywhere. Don't know where to go with it, so that's really interesting.
What helps me too is the meditation. Each day to take the time, whatever that is, to love myself. The more that I love myself, I know that I'm safe and I live in my boundaries. Then I can relax in it, and it just allows like the magic to take place. And the joy is so much more joyful, and it's anti-aging.
Well, it's later.
I just got it. Thank you. Like, it's just really clear. I hope it stays. Please stay. Just like really clear. It's like, what do I need in this relationship? Like, he can do his own thing, but what do I need in this relationship? It's like
That's a win-win too, right?
Like you can be doing whatever you're doing, but I need you to help around the house.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be done, this needs to be done.
yeah.
Or like, I need you to make a clear decision about blah 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 because it's affecting me this way. Yes. Instead of freezing this from you guys talking, I just got it. Thank you.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I love sharing time with women. It's really important. It's really important for men to have time with men and women to have time. We go back to the tribal, like the tribes used to do, right? Yes, go off and hunt, and the women, and then when women were on their menses, they would come together. The men were excited because they felt like when they come together, all this intuition from this and they come back to the family and the tribe, and they know that the men knew they had gifts to bring back. These are all these things that
So if you're playing piano or singing or playing conservation,
So
usually your
when you
mind
go, what is it that
stops
you're
you
willing to
from
sort of,
performing well.
embrace
Because
and
you
see?
do this.
that really works.
Like if you
And the more we
share,
do
if I
it,
walk from here to here,
There's rooms for
performing thousands of muscle
Yeah.
movements, and if I think about it for a second, I might just trip. But if I don't,
Yeah.
if I think it's one idea,
It's just flowing now. Yeah. Letting for my ancestral
and playing piano,
stuff
I
is
mean, there are
like
so many movements
like
that are
passive
second
aggressive communication. That's how I was
that you
brought
try,
up.
that you're
And so,
in your mind thinks,
and not getting my needs met,
intercepts
not
everything
knowing
that
how to
you
speak
have.
up for my
It
needs.
says,
So I
well, you have to do
try
this
and
way,
get them in
that
all
way, this
these
finger
different
that way,
ways
that
rather than
way.
just
Stop all
communicating. So
that
that's my letting go.
and think
It's
about
like
something else.
letting go of freeze
Like at
and
your
letting
ski,
go of
you think about
all the
what
like
angle your skis are to the hill.
anxiety around
In a number
communication
from one
and
to
just
five.
saying,
And if you
being
think
straight
about
about
nothing
it.
else, then you're distracted enough that you can get down the hill without any problem
And
at all.
sometimes, because this is all
So,
coming up,
so
with
you
one
must
girl, just one
concentrate
thing
on
at a
one,
time.
Yeah,
one
right?
little
Right?
detail.
Because if you're like, oh my God,
And
right?
how it's
So
done.
just letting go of whatever is happening in the moment.
Or the
That's it, right?
think
Like
about,
just,
hey,
you know,
how fast
feeling
is the ball
anxiety,
going, miles per hour.
thinking anxiety, and letting go.
And for
And
now,
taking a deep breath often. If you catch yourself the anxiety, just let yourself really feel that breath going out and that letting go with it. Right? You really have the breathing breath.
2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. So is there anything that anyone, aside from Jen, who's having these?
Yeah, sorry.
No, not at all. Anything else that is coming up that you're sort of feeling that you might want to consider or be willing to let go of?
I think for me, it's acknowledging what it is that I'm feeling in the moment,
this is about let it go.
It's 6:20 in the call.
So maybe allow it to flow more. And it's an opportunity to connect with myself again. And to know that I needed something. Just keep giving and not. It's really not my cup.
Yeah, what I'm finding is the watching allows us to
I'd be worried. I'd throw it all the things.
not be attached to it, so it takes all the other
Right.
sticky pieces off.
Yeah. Stop it.
Yeah, isn't that watching?
All right, thank you for those very rich discussions. Come on back. All right, so I'm going to ask anyone who had anything to do with today's event happening, if you could please stand up and be recognized. All right.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
And you, tambourine player, come on up. Come on. All right, so the rest of us, we're going to love these folks up by letting them know how much we appreciate and love them. So here we go. We appreciate you. We love you. We support you as you cross the line. Okay, now, whoever's here for the first time, please stand up. All right, no, Peter, no.
Stay
You know how to do this. All right, so here we go again. We appreciate you. We love you. We support you as you cross the line. All right, now everybody else who isn't standing, please stand up. Everyone's going to get loved up. Here we go. We appreciate you. We love you. We support you as you cross the line. And now find one person you don't know that well, look into their eyes, and we're going to change those we's into eyes. Who's this one? The person over? I appreciate you. I love you. I support you as you cross the line. All right. Yay! Okay, you can go ahead and sit down. And so now is the time in our event that you can go ahead and sit down, where if you feel that you have been inspired, if you feel that you have been spiritually nourished,
Thank you. I really understand.
then you can either drop some money in the silver bowl, fill it in an envelope, drop it in the silver bowl, or donate via e-transfer. And it does work because we did that on the weekend, and it's working. So info at victoriatruthcenter.org. If there's anyone who's watching online and is in Canada and you would like to donate, if you would like to give a love offering, then we would be very grateful, because it is an investment in our spiritual center. And not just the physical space and being able to run it, but this spiritual center that resides, that is the very essence, the very epicenter of each and every one of us. Okay? So however it is that you are offering of yourself, I invite you to place your hands on your heart as we affirm this abundance together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By joyously contributing to my spiritual center, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. Fantastic. So now I invite you to just close your eyes or lower your gaze, knowing that that abundance is ever flowing. Feeling gratitude and blessing for everything that has transpired today in our time together. Knowing that the harmony, the love, the wonder, the creativity, the magic, the beauty, the artistry, every single aspect of this incredible, amazing, dynamic, divine, energetic flow that is the very beingness of everyone and everything, that it continues to pour out into the world. Knowing that every single individual present, every single individual watching and tuning in online, that there is that in each and every one of us that continues to expand, continues to grow, continues to heal, continues to connect as we continue to live life lovingly together. So I release my word as love, knowing that love is all there is, as together we say, and so it is. All right, some announcements. Celebrate Sunday. We welcome you to join us every single Sunday from 10:30 to 12. This Sunday is a special Sunday. If you are a member of the Victoria Truth Center community, there are 38 of us so far, like actual voting members, then we encourage you to come to our 90th annual general meeting happening this Sunday after the friendship lunch that is being served after Celebrate Sunday. The AGM will take place from 1 to 3. There is a vote that is happening there. So if you are not able to attend in person and would like to vote on the proposed bylaw change, I do have some forms with me, some envelopes. You can vote and you can stick it in an envelope, seal it, and I will give it to our board. Otherwise, we look forward to celebrating with you because part of the AGM, there's going to be a new members welcome ceremony. Okay? Membership. If you are not a member and would like to become one, there are some snazzy membership application forms on the back table. If you or someone you know is in need of support, spiritual support or prayer, there is a little box with a butterfly near the silver bowl on the back table with some little request forms. Fill it out for yourself or your loved one, fold it up, put it in the box, and our prayer team will pray for you or yours affirmatively every day. If you're not already on the BTC newsletter, there is a sign up in the back there. This is the best way to know what is going on and when. And is there anything anyone in the community would like to share? Any upcoming anything? Nope. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask everyone to stand. I'm going to ask the musicians to come back to the stage, and we're going to close out with our new version of I Am Opening Up a Sweet Surrender to the Beautiful Love Light of the One. You guys are in for a treat. Who wasn't here last week? Okay, so this song, are you going to tell me, Tommy?
Oh, I can totally go. We cooked up a little bit of a mashup from last week, so you're going to have to wait for the mashup until the following week, because we have something special and different for you based on our very special guest participation, Carl Rusin, tonight. And the fact is that he has only heard this song in scant minutes. But I felt like there's an instantaneous thing where I sang it once to him, and he's like, I got it.
Of course it is.
And so we have this beautiful thing, which you could be guided by the color of the text and through the participation of the fantastic Lesia, who will guide us as we proceed. But the only invitation would be to sing with reckless abandon as we open up in sweet surrender.
So what I will offer is, we'll all start out singing together, and there will come a time where we will have red on one side and blue on the other side. So we're going to have these guys continue to sing the red at Kelby, and we will go and sing the blue when it shows up, okay? But otherwise, we're all singing red together, okay? All right, here we go.
A 1, a 2, a 3, go. I want in sweet surrender to the beautiful love light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the beautiful love light of the one. I'm opening.
love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.